last time I looked at it. Interesting. In an appropriate way. In many ways, really. Problematic, I know. Great design, less is Van der Rohe, less really gravitationally constrained. Grounded even. Right. Come here. Come. What do we see?
The insides of a building?
When we choose not to be obtuse?
Walls racing to the skies to meet a ceiling of some complexity.
How complex?
Well, it's deceptively flat.
Oh. Is that a deceptively simple statement belying a depth of hitherto untapped rich complexity?
Yes.
Well, don't! What we have here is a citadel. Like a jeweler fashioning precious metal hammered cross-sections within a shaped landscape, forging an urban morphology. And you, Damon, you have a balcony of views to gorge on. The thing is, the form. It always is. The monumental must contain something unapproachable that promotes both wonder and awe.
Well, I agree. It's monumentally awful.
Oh. Which brings me nicely to your latest plans for the Botanic Garden project. Oh, Damon, never has obscurity been so transparent.
It's deep architecture. It's levelizing. Inequality falls away.
Literally. It wears its inside out, it's bowelless.
It's subverting.
Oh, it's a Beavis and Butthead joke. Do you expect people to trust that building? Okay, let's put to one side those who may think the building condemned. Not an unreasonable assumption. Tell me, what do you see when you visit the Callanish standing stones?
What do I see?
Yes.
A ceremonial ground. Spiritual. Harnessing the energies for spiritual well-being.
How do you know?
Well, I've read books about it. I've seen documentaries about it.
Then they've told you.
Well, not in so many words, no.
Conjecture.
Well,
Conjecture.
perhaps.
But so, Damon, nobody knows. Stonehenge, Easter Island statues, the pyramids, nobody knows the function of the structures. Proof provisional. Now, what you have designed turns that on its head so that the form proves provisional. You have created a palace to posterity. Tell me, do you think people will appreciate being seen emerging from a toilet block with a collapsing wall, tumbling bricks? I mean, how many want to re-emerge into a world cracking jokes about blowing the walls out? Damon, that one can take form follows function too far, but the architecture doesn't have to be shipped too. I had an idea that places thoughts elsewhere. And also you've changed this. There were curves when I last saw. Nice free-forming curves.
You know why? Because if a flat surface is £2, a pound, then a curved surface is £2, and a double curved surface is £10. So I took out the double curves, but it was still over, so I took out the curves. You know?
Flat surfaces. Form follows finance. I expect you love the bathrooms. I mean, might as well just plant a bush, right? We want to believe we're above it, Damon. Not to force eye contact and sing ta-da! Quite some feet, so rounded, we have a collapsed wall. Take a line for a walk. Take a line stop. Even when it gets bumpy, even when it starts to fall, you see a possibility may reveal itself.
Just letting it fall.
Yes. Oops. Well. What do you see?
Bonded space?
This bonded space. Conjunction and displacement, simultaneous multiplicity and discontinuity. To have spaces perturbed by the same prismatic presence. You.
I see complementary geometric forms of circles, squares, rectangles and lines.
Where?
They're embedded.
Uh-huh. In your head. Should I be flattered by such imitation?
You're saying I'm mediocre.
Lazy.
Components of structure.
Like machine?
Possibly.
A machine for living?
Or working.
Become a shoemaker, if you wish to flatter the dad, Damon. Corbusier, indeed. If I wanted a machine, I'd get an engineer. No. You're no Vanderoo either. For you, less is just, You can fix this, though, right? Good boy. I sure notice.
He is neither dyslexic nor left-handed, two conditions which afflict a number of gifted architects. 7th floor of Queen Elizabeth Square.
It was the 14th floor, actually. The way it was laid out, it was like a ship in full sail on laundry day.
His boss, the good Dupont. Dupont and on? None? Well, soon enough, you won't even need to ask. For her work is all-consuming. A force of nature she is. And if we mould ourselves favourably, if we go with the flow, if we swim with the sharks without being alive, we can harness that energy. We can shape the future. Literally.
You may look to all the world that you're okay, but you really are not okay. This pretense cannot continue. It's not okay. Make an excuse. Doctor, no, too close to home. Dentist, no connotation. And God knows with the amount of cake around here.
More stress? Is that what you want to? See, we're not actually thinking about you at all.
Well, I was thinking you and
Oh, shh! He's got some bricks to fix.
Have you seen the size of that cake? Monumental. It's a replica of this building. Have you seen it? Have you actually seen it? Tell you what, I'm up for a slice of that.
No! It will consume him.
it looks like it already has. Where is she?
That way.
She's off eating cake, isn't she?
She met Mies van der Rohe when she was young.
He was old.
Back then she was nowhere.
He was everywhere.
Inspired.
Inspired.
Knockout.
Played out.
Mies means money.
Brass in, brass out.
Starting route to there, proceed to route.
On the road to nowhere.
Oh, listen here, you snivel little shit. You're the fucking roadblock.
And you're a long health
Oh!
Who wants a cake in perspex?
You should phone home.
See, we got to choose which floor we wanted to live on. I wanted the first floor. I didn't want to go to the top. And when I got there, I just picked the first set of keys. And when I got to the flat, I saw stairs. But to where?
When I first moved in on the 17th floor, I was amazed there was so much room. Wow, chuffed I was. On this floor, the bedrooms.
And on that floor, the kitchen and the living room.
On this floor, the kitchen and the living room.
You went downstairs to bed. See, that's just weird.
And the sitting room.
See, you certainly couldn't lounge in the kitchen.
One wall was given over to a large window to look over the city.
A machine for food preparation, they said.
I couldn't go out on the balcony.
A galley kitchen, so handy. Frying pan. Oh, egg. Everything within easy reach.
Come on, I'll hold on to you, my husband would say from the balcony as he stretched his arm out towards me. You're not going to fall or anything. No, it's too high, George.
So handy. I love my kitchen.
Once I started going out there, you couldn't stop me. Oh, the views.
See, it was only ever made for two people. You're in my kitchen, my husband would say. See, he done the cooking.
Felt so big.
And you had your own bathroom. No one else had been in there, and you hadn't to share it.
I'd say to people that I lived in a maisonette on the 17th floor.
See, how could you live in the 17th floor?
I didn't know how nice it was. It was really...
Nice.
What do you see?
Two superimposed structures. Two stacks, one on top of the other. Diagonals. Parallelograms. They form a kind of honeycomb. This stack has perpendicular energy in this direction. And this stack has perpendicular energy in this direction. But the energy which flows from each of them points inwards. Their fluidity results in permanence. Two parts static, and as they add, they create a current until eventually the whole flows faster than the sum of its parts. Gestalt!
My fault for asking. When are we going out?
Out?
Yes, out, outside.
I've been outside. I walked here from the flat today. Do you mind? I'm in the middle of something.
I mean out from here, from its grasp, its influence. Breathe the air, drink some roasted coffee, taste the flavour of freshly prepared food on a bright summer's day. Read the thoughts of another in paperback. Be something other than just an architect.
Just an architect. You don't seem to understand something. Look, the coffee, the food, the book, they all emerge from buildings. The shop, the library, the pub, confront me all the time. This is how we used to build, this is how we should build, this is how we will build. I am confronted with other people's ideas and thoughts every step of the way to work and every step back. You think you've read bad poetry? It says nothing to that which assaults my eyes and shortens my very breath. Imagine having to endlessly read William McGonagall. Then having to write Prospero's books at the stroke of 9.
7.
What?
Never arrive later than 7, never depart before 9.
What is it you want me to do?
See your friends, your family, anybody, yourself. Phone home.
Without vision, he is blind.
And without health, he is dead.
Without sound, he's in peace.
Nice, very nice.
Concrete. The same design, but in concrete. Concrete wall collapsing.
Come on, you can do it.
We're exhausted. Heart's racing.
I'm fatigued.
Your breathing is irregular. Breathe in through your nose until your lungs are full. Hold. Exhale through your mouth till your lungs are empty. How's your head?
Get off him, you hyper-fucking-chondriac! He can't sit here doing yoga!
The road from here to there is in need of repair, is paved with good intentions, is long and winding, is littered with interregna, is paved with gold, is a many splendid thing, goes round in circles to get to the point, is a vector displacement, is an exercise in closing the gap.
The here, the road from here to there, has to be tread with care.
The wall's gone.
Well, the wall had to go. Red bricks, too much. The vernacular of the place.
Here you!
What?
You know, it doesn't matter any of this. Cliches have got a nasty habit of coming true. If your health goes,
Look, I've got to get in this team.
and then what? Do you think it will be any easier? The letter from Lydia, where is it? It is with pleasure we invite you to take up the position of Senior Project Architect. And what did you get in return?
Senior project architect.
When did you apply for it?
It was a direct appointment.
When did you apply for it?
Good point!
With pleasure.
I don't want cake.
Did you not ask for it? Well, it's here then, so you better have it.
Where did you get that cake?
What did the doctor say to us? You
should take it easy.
Easy come, easy go. Although I never see you go, not in daylight hours.
Oh, that doesn't fix itself! It takes time, it takes thought, it takes inspiration and perspiration. It takes dedication, it takes imagination, it takes coordination, it takes the light and it turns it into dark. It takes the lead, it converts it into a geometric shape, okay? Look, it's a black box. It puts something in and it takes something out. And if you're lucky, if you're diligent and conscientious, if you are imaginative and coordinated, and it puts something so magical it makes your peers pause and then look at you in a different light. It doesn't happen because you start at 9 and end at 5. And where did you get that cake?
Packaging was a bitch. But don't worry, round here cake's a condition.
So, the next time you feel like pulling a little stunt like that, I'll cut your fucking bollocks off. If you have any. Got that? Good. Never two without three. Think of it, it's never you without me. All systems go.
We've got to raise our game, we're not hitting our targets.
Leave at 5, it says.
No proposals for funding.
How's the interviews for the other architect going?
We're getting a response.
So it shouldn't be long.
Listen, the more of these we get, the more curves we can afford.
Lydia, I'm snookered on
It's
tar.
not real, we just have to submit a proposal, that's all. If we win Proposal of the Month, then the executive team will award us with a bigger budget. Good design ideas, that's all they want, so keep hitting those targets.
So you want us to submit an unsuccessful submission?
What, like it's hard to miss a goal? What's our conversion rate at the moment, 10%?
So you want us to submit a submission, a serious submission in the hope that it will fail seriously?
Bingo.
A cinema in the Midlands?
This won't be designed. The executives are aware of the vagaries of funding bodies, as long as they see we're committed. It's more money for your curves.
This could backfire. Look, you said that about the toilets. So I put in a collapsing wall thinking, oh, no one will touch a design for toilets that you can actually see through. And then we go and actually win the commission.
You overshot, Damon. We were only supposed to win Commission of the Month. Instead, you brought down the wall in the competition.
But I only designed that so we could win the extra budget for the fire station commission.
Listen, those bastards are playing hardball with us for the first time in a decade. We're actually starting to convert commissions. And right now, they can sense how hungry we are. Now, our clients know they can have us for a knockdown price because as soon as we throw something up, it acts as an advertising logo, which brings in more commissions. What, you don't believe me? Guggenheim Museum.
Bilbao. Gary.
See, Guggenheim put Bilbao on the map. It's an advertising campaign for Gary. It puts his name in the minds of the commissioners. Every city wants one.
Demands that you constantly take his picture, like Beyonce. Snap, 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 snap.
Wrong because?
Because every city wants one.
Wrong because?
Because then every city becomes the same. An H&M, a Costa, a Guggenheim. That comes struts all over the world.
Making Frank Gehry a very rich architect.
Oh, so you want us to be Frank Gehry architects now?
No. Just one day to be in their position. But we're not in their position. We can just pick and choose, and we have no control over the tariffs. Now, the clients know this. They're playing on it, but the next lot will be hungry for a slice of us. They will cough up our asking price. And guess what, Damon? You become a very rich architect. That's how it works.
And in the meantime, I have got a problematic fire station, an inappropriate toilet, and a cinema in the Midlands. Look, this is too risky.
Right, Damon, I've listened to your reasoning. But I agree with me. It's 2 against 1. So, get back to work.
You agree with who?
I agree with her.
You're happy.
Well, Free agrees with me.
The birds are let down. They don't fly as we'd expect.
The views. See, I've never been to your flat.
You were so far below. Don't remember your flat.
Do you remember they used to call them the streets in the sky?
They weren't streets. Streets have 2 ways to enter and leave. These only had 1. Even if you were going up, you had to come down first.
Aye, all right. The crescents in the sky. And the 2 caretakers, St. Peter and Big Bill.
And those lifts.
One of the benefits of living on the first floor.
I met you in the lift.
Well, yes, I didn't like to take the stairs past 7 p.m. See, the lights were out half the time. Bit of a scandal the time the lift broke down, eh? And you gave me a newspaper for us to sit on.
Aye, well, 3 hours is a long time on the legs, Barbara.
Aye, and I could see that you lived on the 17th floor.
Is that why you didn't say a thing to me for the first half hour?
I don't know you.
You judged me by how high up I lived. And when the engineer did show up, you told him you lived on the 4th floor.
Well, I wasn't having him thinking that I took a lift to the first floor, was I?
You ended up using the lift in the end.
Well, that was going down. If you want to be a name in architecture, as an architect, you must forward plan. Start with a slogan. No need to be original.
Build on what's already there.
Less is more.
Less is a bore.
Less is only more when more is no good.
See, the art is knowing when to stop.
The straight line belongs to man. The curve to God. Gaudi.
God is rich, man poor.
I saw God.
God is in detail.
He's in a mace in Millport.
Gaudi?
God, although Gaudi is a god.
There's no Mason Millport.
Are you saying there's no God?
Oh, yes,
You calling the Millportese godless?
yes, no. Who?
I'm not going to tell you.
What?
Lydia's slogan, what was it?
Modernity, an incomplete project that deserved to be continued.
And your thoughts, an incomplete sentence that deserves to be heard?
They don't do it, do they?
Who? What?
The birds. They don't fly as we'd expect.
Jesus Christ.
Shh, let it finish.
When you watch a flock of gulls, they rise, glide, bank and fall. But, well, they fall short of our expectations.
Your weight of expectation is dragging them down.
I blame the starlings. They showed the others up. A murmuration is a sight to behold. It's up there, a pattern of light and dark in our field of vision as the walls rush to join the roof. A complex pattern of...
Interleaved shapes of the structure.
Interesting.
Mm. Go. Go with this. Marginally opaque. A self-assembly of resolved vector sum. You are a genius.
Sometimes escaping from the desk yields unexpected results.
He wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. You'll need a name for that. Parametricism.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds impressive.
Lydia,
Calm
have
down,
you...
David.
I just want
Oh,
to know...
don't we all? Don't we all? I want to know how you're getting on with our submission proposal. Well, do you have something for me? Pass me the pencil.
Pillars! In a cinema auditorium!
Well, you don't want to win the fucking thing, so we put in a fundamental flaw that will ensure it cannot win. What?
I don't see how putting a fundamental flaw is going to help us win proposal of the month.
Trust me. What's this?
That's not ready. Hold on. No, look. I've replaced the brick with concrete, you see?
Uh-huh.
Now, as you can see, it's still got the
That's
collapsing
more
wall.
like it.
You like it?
I do. I'm taking this one too. Get back to work.
Less is more.
When was it the rapists arrived, Ellen?
About 79.
No, that was the junkies.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the burglars started in 73.
And the vandal struck in 76.
Yeah, and they cut in maintenance in 77.
And after that, even the graffitists stopped coming round. I remember the lift doors opening that day, and there, a man slumped on the floor. The other lifts were out, so I had to take it. I stood facing the doors and kept looking down at my legs, just to be sure that no hand was there that shouldn't be there, you know.
It must have been about the 5th floor. I looked down. There was blood seeping around my shoe.
I heard you.
I couldn't get away. I pressed all the buttons and I ran out.
Onto my floor. I took you in to calm you down.
I must have been there for hours, but I don't remember a thing about your flat.
Well, we were answering questions from the police, and I took your shoes off.
I remember your parquet flooring.
Oh, well, the police couldn't hear you because your feet tapping away like a pneumatic drill on my floor, and it's easy to smear. Goodness.
But that's no reason not to do it, George would say. Every time the light of the lift arrived through that wee rectangular window, my heart skipped a beat. I kept seeing that slumped body on the floor as the door slid open. I had to leave, Barbara. I couldn't.
I know.
My nerves. I just never felt safe after George died. It wasn't blood on the stairs.
It was urine in the lips.
Sometimes worse. Perhaps it wasn't so bad on the 1st floor.
No, because we could see their faces. It's hard to block out within earshot. 7 p.m. Self-imposed curfew.
It was heart-wrenching to leave. It felt as though I was abandoning George. He taught me how to live in the sky, and I left him there as I made my way back down to street level.
He went with you.
Lydia? Fuck you.
He's talking to you, you know. What else has he got? Oh, I know. He's nothing without his health, nothing without a suit, nothing without the effort, nothing without the guilt. Nothing to do, nothing to say, nothing to go home for, nothing to declare, nothing to spare, nothing of value, nothing of note, nothing ever came of nothing, and nothing ever... What was I saying?
Nothing. You should go home.
I want him to phone home. If somebody did pick up, then maybe he'd have something to go home for.
He gets relief here. Yeah, there's frustration, but it's like trying to solve a maths equation. You don't know if the next line is going to resolve itself. Could be a dead end. A wrong turning that takes him hours, days out of his way. But there's times there's momentum. A slipstream to somewhere else. Pieces start to fall into place. A surfer says that all we have is now, and
If you live in the moment will live on in you.
time is money.
Money we'll never see.
Yes!
Do you ever wonder which one of us will prevail?
It has to be me.
How's that going? Feels sometimes like I'm sandwiched between the Dalai Lama and the Daily Mail.
Yours is ahead, there's lots of room to roam. You've not hit at all.
And you've got a restless conscience. Don't be so direct. Go with the flow.
You make it sound as if we've all just met.
Would you make the difference if we had? Oh!
Stu, for fuck's sake!
What happened?
I don't know.
Damon, it's going to be alright, you hear me? We've got you, all of us. Take care. Ambulance. Suspected heart attack. Shot
knock, 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 knock.
You saw him!
Knock, knock, knock,
So
knock.
you're alright with him signing himself in?
Knock, 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 knock.
Who's there?
Heart palpitations.
It doesn't matter.
Stress never is.
And you know what's more stressful than an office?
A hospital.
A fucking hospital.
I'm fine!
What
I've
do you,
just got to finish this elevation.
what do you want to, eh? A warning on all doors, because it could lead us outside into harmful sunlight. God. You're doing well, just keep going there, right? What this?
Never it crossed your mind to take my advice. Now would be as good a time as any. Imagine we've just met. We've been here all along. You're a bird, flying on the breeze, riding the air currents, feel the thermals.
It's just curvature is implied by these straight lines here. Look,
Okay, okay. From a different angle, it takes on a more majestic presence. And it does cost less than the curves.
half the cost.
Flat surface £1,
Curved surface £2.
double 10. You're on the team, mate. Defo.
Do you want a tea, a coffee?
Coffee at this hour? Want to keep us all up?
Along with black.
Ah, long day today, David. That's what I like to see.
I'm glad you're still
still.
here. These are the final plans for the fire station. I've omitted all of the non-functional. Everything that does remain is an immediate part of the structure. And to get round the frugal budget, some creativity was required. I had to go for the cantilever approach to the canopy. Well, I didn't think that having a stack of poles where the fire engines emerged was a particularly great idea. Well, we won't put that in, so that we didn't win the commission. Okay. The malleable concrete is part curvilinear, part angular, part distorted rectangle. It morphs, stretches and suppresses to imply energy, direction and speed. This spatial form has the ability to organise perception. Parametricism. And it comes in exactly on budget.
Something hurts, almost knocked me over.
Welcome. You're on the team.
Yes! Back in the net!
Really?
I need someone on the team able to conceptualize, can marshal time to a deadline, and is unafraid to monetize form. It's you.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You prevailed.
It's a prestigious position, and it will be the making of you. But we're going to make such a great team. We haven't won the bid yet for National Grid Building, but I've got to tell you, we're in such a strong position.
Oh, how can you know?
I've got connections, and I've seen the competition, and trust me, none of them have you.
Me?
The Midland
Could
Cinema
sell coals to
Council.
Newcastle.
Dust the demolishers.
Morals to a crusade.
It won!
Columns to the Greeks.
What?
Ornament to
They like the
Victoria.
colours.
Vernacular to locals.
Councillors see themselves in those pillars.
Trains to regions.
But they won't see the film.
Modernists.
Pastiche to postmodernists.
Small but cuts and enhance your design.
We need a slogan.
Necessity the mother of invention.
Consumerism to capitalists.
Speed to a demon.
Contribution there
A
is
safe to a coffin.
Fashion to a freak.
Crazy to the Guggenheim.
Take yourself here today.
But not work to you.
Principal project architect.
second to me.
Crazy to the Guggenheim.
No.
And salary?
Mr. Modernist.
I'm still waiting for it to reflect my current position.
Don't worry about that. The title is your reward. The
Oh.
extra money is just
Slow thunder
cherry on the cake.
function. I like
It's no
it.
less of a cake without it. Cake is a cake. Oh, Damon, by the way, do you know what happened to the cake on this plate? The cake in the lobby. Perspex been smashed and a huge slice of cake taken.
Cake is cake to some people.
Yes. You can tell a lot about people by the way they behave around cake. Congratulations.
Just got to sell the slogan to Lydia.
Like selling Perspex lace cake to a baker.
See, I knew you'd do this. I always believed in you.
You did? Tenacity?
Tenacity.
And talent.
Well.
No, credit where it's due.
Thank you too.
Oh. Oh, but no one tells you this job never lets you go. Building stock in your way to work and your way back. You wonder how this piece of shit gets commissioned. Because I've got to listen to shit from Luddites every day. And see, when they do get onto something valid, something worthwhile, well then they lack the historical and political awareness and how it came and something else.
This is a time to celebrate your success. Look up. Place your thoughts up there in the air. Elevate them. Come. Keep turning left. We're going up. You still down there too? Different planes. We're on different planes.
All this time looking up. And only now I can see this building for the first time.
Look into the walls. Do you see them?
See what?
The influences. Stare into the walls. Let the shapes form your tongue.
Horizontality.
Yes.
Verticality.
Yes.
Anthropomorphism?
Oh, so anthropo. Andoclots. Calatrava.
Girders.
Carvers.
Strict.
Machine. Garcia Abril. Chipperfield.
Bent concrete.
Heaviness.
Ovoid.
Devious. Garza Sado. Engel. Endo. We're going higher. Can you feel the thermals too? How does it feel, Damon?
Ostia.
Oh, this is extraordinary.
This is where you belong. Look, Spence.
Hachi C.
Gary.
Ligonite.
Gary.
St. Peter's Seminary.
Gillespie Gora. Uson.
You see? How high can you go, Damon?
Higher. Higher.
You're feeling the updraft, Damon.
Monumentality.
Goldfinger.
Reckon an armadillo.
Foster.
Shards.
Piano and Rogers.
Was flying.
Indeed. Lord White. Higher.
Infinite.
Green Thompson. Higher.
The air's thinner.
Miss Van der Rohe.
Castles in the air.
Macintosh.
The master.
Corbusier.
Is everything okay, Free?
There's somebody else up here.
Who?
It doesn't make sense.
Better than Corbusier.
Get down, get back down.
The pharaohs won't let us.
Damon, good news about your son. Yes, ambulance.
See, things did get better when the council sold their tower to the Housing Association. £1, they sold it for £1.
A pound. I think I've got a pound somewhere.
First, they fixed the security door. Then new lifts, and it painted the hallway white and the outside. You could see it a mile off, it was like a beacon. You shouldn't have left.
It left me, Barbara.
Well, you were right to go.
It's empty now, look.
I didn't go to its demolition, and I certainly don't want to watch footage of its demolition. Those were our homes, Ellen. Now it's entertainment. I can't bear it.
Wait!
We put the rent up. People were forced out of their flats. It became so expensive. I couldn't afford to leave the flat. Paying towards one prison cell. A comfortable cell. But a prison nonetheless. So I left. Now look at it.
The windows are out.
Listen, I don't want a running commentary. If I knew they were going to show this, I wouldn't have let you talk me into coming.
I left George up there.
I know. Our lives are locked up in that tower, Ellen. A time capsule. Which has just been blown up.
Happiest days of my life. I didn't know it at the time. Thank you.
I thought I died and went to heaven.
What I thought had happened to me if I went out on that balcony.
This art gallery will be like no other building. It sits on the side of a failed high-rise housing.
Failed?
Like
They forced people out.
property that symbolizes it will
The
be
architect,
generated area.
Lydia Duphams.
That's right. We took the energy from the collapsed tower and we culturally harnessed it. Of course, the question is always about the people. Who was once here? Who will be here next? There was a culture here, and that will be recorded in the art, which will adorn at least one of the walls, as per council plans. Oh, no. There's no human element in it. It's very much a crashing wave. In its end lies its beginning. One must take inspiration where one finds it. I don't want to reduce my work to a mere slogan, but if I have to, I think flow-forming function rather captures it.